really is beautiful, eh? Makes you have these visions of owning a farm in Africa.
Well, we all own houses in Africa. You're right, though. It is very pretty. Although I don't see myself like riding around on tractors.
Well, I didn't bring you a tractor, I brought you a Mahindra.
Right, and Mahindra is the biggest tractor manufacturer in the world, so I see where you're going with that.
But the nice thing is they've been making some really good cars for on-road enjoyment as well.
They have indeed. We really, really like the XUV 500. That was a good car.
Now we've obviously got the baby, the KUV 100.
Bringing the farm to the city.
Yeah, but it's not going to cost you 50 cows.
If the XUV's design was influenced by the lithe cheetah, the KUV seems to have drawn its inspiration from the Manx cat. The stubby proportions and truncated tail appear awkward at first, but soon grows on you. In fact, I loved it. A slatted grille and headlights that extend into the wings are said to resemble a pair of sports sunglasses, and you can see it if you look closely.
Well, don't let that cute and cuddly styling compact little car give away the fact there's actually a lot of space inside.
There is. There's a lot of space in the back seat, but that compromises the boot somewhat. The boot is actually tiny.
But what you actually mentioned to me, which I liked and didn't realise, when you open the doors at the back.
Yeah, they're short doors, so you're not going to bang the cars next to you. And also the actual height, although you've got quite a nice high driving position, it's not difficult to get in and out of. It's very clever ergonomically that way.
Yeah, because it's sitting at about, I think it's got ground clearance of 170, which is actually pretty good. But, you know, where so many of the compact SUVs are getting low to the ground, they have sprung this up.
Yeah.
The thing for me always, we say this with the Indians and the Chinese brands, just put bigger wheels on the car, because it always looks like it's a bit under tired.
They look like little biscuits. But you do have a very nice riding position. It's not too high, but it is elevated. And I love this little gear stick right there. It's very, very clever, right next to you.
I like the layout of the interior. I mean, I know we're in the top spec, so we've got the nice little piano black detailing, but ergonomically well laid out, everything where you want it to be, and you're right, the gear knob is in the right place, but it looks a certain way and you think, wow, this is cool, but then there are some issues in terms of quality. That gear knob you love, I can sit and rotate the cover on it. So I mean, literally now I'm actually driving in what's that? Fourth.
And then also you've got one of those pull parking brake levers, which, you know, I wouldn't mind it so much
if it worked.
If it worked nicely, but it just, every time you pull it, it feels like you're about to pull it out, and when you try and put it back in, it takes, you know, there's no actual fluidity to it. It's just awkward.
And then when you're driving, I see the handbrake light comes on all the time. Not because the handbrake's up, it's just flick the sensor. So a couple of little issues there. But I'm glad we're talking about spec, because this is the top spec, the K8. You get the K4, the K6, but we've got everything in terms of electric mirrors. It's got ABS, it's got brake distribution.
It's got a lot of the safety spec, I'll agree with you.
Bluetooth.
Yeah, I suppose it is all there. It just
climate control.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's all there.
It feels a little bit, I don't know, it's a bit contrasty in the interior. They've tried hard in some areas, and other areas are seriously lacking.
But I think for somebody getting into the car visually, they'll go, wow, this actually looks like a really nice interior. But I suppose once you start driving it, the little quirks come into it.
Yeah.
One thing we do like, though, is the diesel engine. There are two engines, both of them new. There's a little 1.2 litre turbo diesel that we're in, and there's also the petrol.
Absolutely. I believe obviously we're driving the diesel, so we don't know what the petrol's like, but this diesel, 57 kilowatts, 190 newton meters, it actually really goes nicely.
I discovered, I mean, there are a lot of cars that have that little eco mode, the little eco button. Now this has start stop as well, which is really nice, but I promise you hit the eco button and the car really, it's a noticeable change. I hit the power button and literally like, wow, look at me, let's see how it pushed me back in the seat there.
Yeah.
That's it, no.
Well, I mean, actually, I don't even know why they've got the eco button, because as it stands, the claimed consumption on this car is, I think, around 4.4, which is excellent.
But I think driving every day, that's what I have enjoyed. Sitting in second gear, it's got really good low-down torque. I think if you want to do some overtaking, that 191 newton meters is plenty. And that power mode button, it really makes a significant difference.
It does.
And the ride quality.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. The ride quality is really not bad.
Now they're running with McPherson's in the front and a torsion beam in the back. Some people might find it wallowy, but that's exactly what you want a car like this to drive like.
Sure,
it's not performance orientated.
And it certainly isn't refined. I mean, we recently had the Land Rover Defender Special Edition, and I actually enjoyed driving this more than that. I know it's not comparing apples and apples, it's like apples and watermelon, but it's not uncomfortable, but it sounds a bit tractorish.
So is this Lindsay Vine sitting on the fence?
I am sitting on the fence with this because I wanted to like it so much. It's so cute. I saw it in the garage and I just thought, oh, that is such a nice looking car and I hope it drives well. And I'm disappointed, to be honest.
Well, it's a good place to start. At least people are going to notice it because it is different to a lot of the other little compact crossover little SUVs running around out there. So they've done a good job on that.
They have, but at that price, I mean, this that we're driving is 197,000 Rand. There's a lot of other cars that you can get in that price bracket.
And that's also top spec, but there isn't really that much spec in it.
No, exactly. There's not a lot of spec, and you're also dealing with a brand that people maybe still don't quite trust.
I disagree with that though, because Mahindra has been in South Africa for a long time, but I mean the business has been around since 1948. I mean they were even doing the Jeeps under contract in India. They're, like you said, biggest manufacturer of tractors, so they make good engines, they make solid, reputable cars, and there's service plans with a top spec on this.
Look, there's a good farm track record on the scale of farm to city. This is leaning a little bit too much towards the agricultural side for me.